All right, welcome. Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful ideas I've ever come across for changing your life. It's all based on the work of Tony Robbins, and it's about a single decision that honestly shapes every single moment of your life. But most of us never even realize we're making it. So, let's jump right in.
Just think about this for a second. We spend so much time, so much energy, and so much money trying to get our physical homes just right. But what if the most important home you'll ever have is the one you carry around inside you every single day? And that leads us right to this core concept we're going to unpack today, your emotional home. Just think of it like your emotional neighborhood, the set of feelings you just automatically go back to, day in and day out. It's your default setting.
So, to be super clear, this isn't about a passing mood, like being grumpy for an hour. No, this is your emotional baseline. It's the place your mind just goes. For some people, that's worry. For other people, it's gratitude. And that default setting, more than anything else, is what defines the quality of your entire life.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? You could have all the money in the world, the perfect family, everything you've ever dreamed of on the outside. But if your habitual emotions, your emotional home, are frustration and worry and anger, then guess what? Your life is frustration, worry, and anger. It really is that simple. Okay, so that brings up a really obvious question, right? If someone's emotional home is just a miserable place to be, why on earth do they keep going back? Why is it so hard to just, pack up and move?
It's funny. This is a pattern that is so easy to spot in other people, especially when you see them doing things that just seem totally illogical from the outside.
Think about it like this. It's this powerful analogy. You see those news reports, right? From places where hurricanes or floods just keep hitting every few years, wiping everything away. And yet, what do people do? They rebuild. In the exact same spot, over and over and over again.
And from the comfort of our couches, we're all thinking the same thing. Why? Why don't you just move somewhere safer? It seems like the most obvious, logical thing in the world to do.
And here is the simple but incredibly profound answer. They stay because that place, with all its danger and all its heartache, is what they know. It's familiar. It's what they call home.
And this is where we have to turn the mirror on ourselves, because it is so much harder to see when we are doing the exact same thing, but emotionally. We keep rebuilding our lives on an emotional floodplain, going right back to anxiety or frustration simply because it's familiar, because on some weird level it feels like home. And let me tell you, the cost of living in a negative emotional home, it's huge. It can completely undermine every single success, every achievement you might have in the outside world.
Do any of these sound, familiar? For some people, their home is being pissed off, and you better believe they will always find a reason to be angry. For others, it's worry. You could give them a winning lottery ticket, and they'd find something to stress about. That's the power of our emotional conditioning.
And this right here is the absolute key takeaway. What is the point of achieving all your goals if you can't actually enjoy any of it? If you build this life that looks perfect from the outside, but you live in a state of constant anxiety, that's not success. That right there is the ultimate failure.
So what do we do? How do we break this cycle? How do we either renovate or just completely move out of a toxic emotional home? Well, it all starts with one powerful conscious decision.
Okay, first, we have to get this distinction crystal clear. Pain in life is going to happen. It's inevitable. Life is going to throw curveballs at you. But suffering is different. Suffering is the choice to stay in that painful state long after the event is over. Suffering is choosing to make pain your permanent address. The real power to change everything comes the moment you make a non-negotiable decision. It's that moment where you just say, that's it, I'm done. I am no longer available for this kind of emotional life. It is literally drawing a line in the sand and deciding you are not going to live in suffering anymore. So if we're moving out of that old rundown place, where are we moving to? What does this new upgraded emotional home actually look and feel like? What does it mean to live in what Tony Robbins calls a beautiful state? Now this is the neighborhood we want to move into. Imagine if your default emotions, the place you went back to automatically, were joy, gratitude, and playfulness. These aren't just for special occasions, They could be your new normal. They could be your new home. Seriously, just pause and think about that. What would change for you? Your health, your relationships, your career, your entire experience of being alive.
What would it feel like if this beautiful state was your emotional address 90% of the time? The impact will be absolutely massive.
And here's the path to get there. It's actually pretty simple. Number 1, you decide. You draw that line in the sand. Number 2, you practice. You've got to treat these new emotions like a muscle that you build every single day through little habits like gratitude or appreciation. And then number 3, you just live. You start to experience the life you actually want and deserve because you finally built the emotional foundation for it.
Because at the end of the day, it all just boils down to this one powerful truth. We don't have time to waste living in states of frustration or worry. Life is just too short and way too precious to spend it suffering.
And so, that leaves us with one last really important question. A question for you. You have the power to choose where you live emotionally. You can upgrade your home, and you can start right now. So what will your new address be?